Big news. Still shocked by the news. I feel like I'm going to explode.
Hey, this is Arjay Smith. I play James on The Rookie on ABC. And right now, y'all are tuned into the Michael Finkley Show. Check it out. It's awesome. Let's get it going, y'all.
And the survey says... we appreciate you so much for watching.
If I can make it through the night, just to see a brighter side, 'cause I've been working all my life just to make it.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. Thanks for joining us today. Now y'all have seen my dread, my lock journey since I started almost 2 years ago. You've seen where I first began with a little twist happening to where it is now. I've always wanted to do something like this, but I was always afraid because I thought about other people, what they would think of me. What would my church think? What would my family think? What would people just that know me think when I grew my hair out? And now that I've done it, I'm so glad that I did, because it's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm not allowing people to stop me from pursuing what I want to do in my life. And so this, with me growing my hair, has been a powerful meaning behind my own confidence and my own ability to make decisions for myself. So within this lock journey, y'all, I have learned so much about my hair. I have learned about the process, what type of, coarse hair or smooth hair or curly hair I may have, and the products that go in, and therefore. It's been a journey. It's definitely been a journey. And the ones that have it, you know what's up, right? And so when I had opportunity to cross paths with Tiffany Anderson, who is the expert when it comes to natural hair, I had to ask, I'm like, where were you a few years ago when I was going through this? I'm like, you could have been my coach in all of this. But yes, we have the natural hair care expert here with us. We have Tiffany Anderson with us as she talks about her journey within this amazing profession, and also she gives us tips as well for those that want to learn more about natural hair and how to maintain it and take care of it. So think about another cool show. Don't you dare go away. Back in a moment. Next, we have Tiffany Anderson. Back in a moment. We have so much to talk about. We have so much to laugh about. All here on Finkley.
Hi, it's singer and songwriter Bailey Marie, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Hello everybody, it's Finkley from the Finkley Experience. We're an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. So we assist students with their college and career endeavors. We train school administrators on the state of first-generation students. And also, we partner with colleges and universities to assist their first-generation population for easy transition from high school to college. So if you're looking for a presenter or a speaker that presents on these topics and so much more, visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com and learn about all that we do. We're looking forward to working with you.
And hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. Now, y'all, my next guest, she is an author, and she is the guru when it comes to natural hair. She's the natural hair care specialist. She's none other than Tiffany Anderson. Tiffany, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me. How are you?
I am super uber duper well. I am super uber duper. I'm well. How are you?
Good.
Now, Tiffany, when I first started reading about you and what you do with natural hair, I'm like, where were you many moons ago? Because you not only care for the hair, but it does something with confidence. So you started with this in the early 2000s. How did you start with this interest of natural hair?
Oh, okay. So that was a long time ago. So I started with natural hair. I started working in a salon as a braider. And when I came in, it was a lot of people that were dealing with alopecia, hair thinning, and it literally was like no services to them. This one lady, really, I remember like over 20 years ago, she would get her hair done in the back room with the door closed. And so I asked the lady whose shop I was in, I was like, why are you doing her hair in there? And she just had like severe alopecia. She was an older lady. She was gorgeous, but she was like so embarrassed about, people seeing her alopecia. And so, and then as I've never like really been interested in chemicals, even though I have done it as a cosmetologist. But over the years, it just was, nobody was like catering to it. And then the products were only catering to like relaxed hair. It was nobody catering to the textured hair. So I started going to Atlanta in the early 2000s to with Talia Wajid. She like does these big shows like every year. And so I trained under her because I was like, I want to know how to do like all these styles over here, any style like that they put in the book. I want to know how to do it. So I began like going back and forth over there every year and training under her and just learning techniques. I was in DC for a little bit. I was in a African shop. I learned like techniques there, and I just brought it back to California because nobody was like doing that in California. Like even when I do hair, or like the Africans will be like, "Who taught you how to do that?" Because it's like some of their techniques, because they taught me how to do that.
Right.
And so it just always like was a passion for me to understand. So I started, because it was no like products really catering to natural hair. It was just like the relaxed hair, the water-based products. I started like using the professional products, but like just like one product out of it, because I like made my own system to cater to natural hair. And so I just started learning about it, seeing the different textures, feeling it. I was like in boot camp when I was training under the stylist that I trained under. She like did not pull no punches. She made sure I had it down. I remember I took I was doing someone's, because I came in as an apprentice. So when you come in as an apprentice, that's working under a cosmetologist, which I recommend because you learn like all the hands-on, how important professional products are, how you have to deal with the client, how important the hair is, like all that kind of stuff. I highly recommend that because when I see some people come out of like school, they have the talent, but they don't have the hair care down. And so you learn that like in the shop, and so that's what I really, I love. So as my journey progressed, I became a trichologist. So a trichologist is the study of hair and scalp disorders. And so that's where you're learning like the scalp conditions, alopecia areata. You're learning about tension, hair shedding, thinning, the chemistry of hair, learning what works, what doesn't work, how the hair is growing underneath the scalp. You're kind of learning like that. So you're learning like even how stuff works in your body. And in your body, it like your pH level is that off. That can be a contribution to hair thinning, even for our males and stuff. And so whenever the pH level is off, that can trigger, things for your hair. And so I used to say all the time, like we do a lot of stuff to take care of our bodies, but it's just enough for our bodies, but we don't go like the extra mile to take care of our hair. And so just those things. And so I'm like really, really deep in it because I'm like, and everybody's like, no, it's hereditary. People in my family, they have traction alopecia, which traction alopecia is the tension, around the hairline and stuff. When people be like, oh, thin edges or no edges, that's what that is. And then and female pattern baldness. A lot of people don't think that women can get female pattern baldness. And it's the same place that men get male pattern baldness, right in the center. right here. It starts thinning. And so with us, as we get older, women don't realize and they don't attribute it to like a hormonal thing. It's literally like inside, because I feel like we're losing our estrogen. And so our pH level is off. Like if we have to take medicines for thyroid, if we're doing other things to complicate our system, our hair is not going to grow the way that it can. And it's like, oh my God, my hair, like you don't even know. And so when you see your family with it, a lot of people think it's hereditary because their family probably doesn't know either. And so you have to cater to those things to debunk the progression of it. You want to make sure it doesn't. And so that's what got me into hair care. Like literally, I was like, I thought this woman, I still think she was like so gorgeous, and her self-esteem was like literally so sad. And in our culture, hair is a esteem builder. If our hair is right, if it ain't right, it affects the way we walk, the way we talk, the way we address people. Like, so I didn't want to, I wanted people to help them on their journey to keeping their hair and maintaining their hair.
Oh, wow. And what an amazing work that you do. It's not only a job, I know and feel for you, but it's a passion, as you mentioned before. Where did your passion lead you? After learning all these different techniques and the know-how of the industry, of this particular style, right? Where did it lead you?
So it led me to want to share more. And so because I wanted to share more, I began to write. One of the reasons when I wrote my first book, like I wrote a children's book first, even though I write about hair and stuff, I wrote my children's book first. I had I had a daughter. And so I was like, how do you get a child like to be proud of their hair? I mean, a woman to be proud of my hair. And I was like, oh, you got to reach them as a child, because literally it doesn't matter. Like when you don't feel beautiful, and if we don't feel beautiful about our hair, even as an adult, it's nothing like you can say to people. Literally, you have to grow into that confidence or, that hair love. And so I wrote it for my daughter. It was just like something that I wanted to do for her, because I wanted her to grow up proud of her hair. I wanted her to see herself, and I didn't want her to grow up like not feeling like her hair was bad and stuff like that. And so I started writing, and that it just took off. Like I didn't even expect I remember like Lonnie Love, she like her publicist and stuff reached out and was like, oh my God, this book is like so amazing. And I was like, and it was like literally for my daughter. I just wanted to complete a project and do something for her. And it like literally excelled, like it became like a movement. And so now I have boy books. I have another children's book coming out. All the books are pictures. The illustrations are of my kids. I have hair therapy. That's one that I collaborated with the New York Times bestseller Wahida Clark. Mm-hmm. And so that's like just like your handbook to help you. Like it shares like some of the things that we go through, like the mindsets that we're in, with caring for our hair, kind of how we process why we don't like our hair. As well as how to care for your hair, how to take care of it, making sure that you are doing the right steps to prevent some of the hair losses that we experience as we get older.
Oh my. And just looking at the materials that you published, I love My Natural Hair, for girls and for boys. They get to see them in a book, right? Representation is everything. Mm-hmm. I remember as I was looking over your books, I remember I had a position. I'm in education, so I had a position at a school, and I had the high top, right? Had the high top thing going on before I got my dreads going, and one year I was growing and I decided to cut it. So I cut it, and one of my white colleagues came up to me and they said to me, "Oh my gosh, I love your haircut. Now you look professional." And that really just
right.
right? And then as years went on, I began to love, of course, the skin I'm in. That's number one, but love the hair I'm in as well. And so that's when I started the journey of growing my locks and just wanting to embrace who I really am as an individual. So thank you for showing that representation does matter, because it does. And it boosts that confidence that we need from day to day in the world that we live in from day to day. And then also within your other book as well, hair therapy, you talk about so many different topics, like the big chop and, dealing with hair loss and buying the right products, and even again getting kudos from celebrities such as Kim Coles. Within this book, how can an individual really hone into their hair care journey, because it is a lot sometimes.
One of the things, that's why I wrote hair therapy, is with anything, you have to, when it comes to people, like, people don't want to hear, no, don't do that. They want to understand the importance of why you don't do it. So I really wanted to make sure, like, I don't like to, like, even with shampooing and condition, like, nobody really is going to condition, especially when we're in this fast. We're going to do what's convenient. We'll just shampoo. But if you understand why conditioning is so important or certain things, then you won't skip it. So to understand the importance for caring for your hair. So I always take it like journeys in life, like even a exercise or a workout or diabetes. So diabetes can be hereditary too, but you can also counteract that by the way you take care of yourself, the way that you eat. So all of these things can affect your hair, but you can also counteract how you take care of it. So if you're going to wear a weave, if you're going to wear braids and stuff, I'm thankful that, like, we are opening the doors to talk about doing it correctly and to prevent stuff, making sure those it's not tight, making sure you're not pulling excessively, because tension on anything, it's hair. It's just going to slip, it's going to pull, it's going to come out. And so just make, like, you taking care of it, like if it's your body. And we many times, like even when I go share the children's book, we don't think our hair is like a hygiene. Like, we just learn about our teeth and stuff like that. But you have to shampoo your hair. You have to condition your hair. You have to make sure you're combing it out correctly. It's not something that you can just do fast. And so we really need to get back into, like, taking pride and caring for our hair. Like, I remember long time ago, years ago, like before my time, but women used to literally say, yeah, my mom, she used to take a whole weekend. I remember when it's like, I'm not going out on a date, I got to do my hair this weekend. Like, you would skip a day to care for your hair. And we really need to get back to that. Like, this is hair day. This is, I love my natural hair day, like literally loving your hair, loving and appreciating it. And even when my clients, they're like, oh, Tiffany, you made me beautiful. I'm like, no, I just did your hair. You was already beautiful, girl. But they're serious about that because they think the beauty comes in the hair.
Exactly.
Right.
And men are the same way, right? We're all the same way. We get that fresh cut. Oh, bro, we look good now. We go out to the world now, right? Or I'm experiencing this new journey with my hair now. I should have a very thin neck because the way I swing this, the way I swing this every day, because I'm proud. I am very proud. So where's some of the know-how of that we as a Black community miss sometime when caring for our hair? What are some things that we should be doing on a regular basis to show that hair growth?
What's going on, everybody? This is Anthony Dalton II. I play Calvin Rodney on Tyler Perry's #1 show, Sisters on BET, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show.
Colors. What the? Oh, God. This one. Yeah, right, Marine. So I guess we don't stand for colors, huh? I'm sorry. I was starving. What was you eating on anyway? Let me put you on. This that Lucy's hoopie pie. Okay. Hey, but before you go, Marine, what can I get me one of those? Oh, at all the Super Target locations, Sergeant. Okay. And where can you get your chart sheet at in the morning? On your desk. As long as we track it.
What are some of the know-how of that we as a Black community miss sometime when caring for our hair? What are some things that we should be doing on a regular basis to show that hair growth?
Definitely you should moisturize. A good moisturizer, that's a misinterpretation of what moisture is. Like, we think that it's oil. Oil is not moisture. I hone into that, like oil, and this is why. See, remember I tell you the why is important.
Mm-hmm.
So oil sits on top of the hair's cuticle. So think of how oil and water don't mix, right? So when you put oil and water in those big bubbles, the oil bubbles sit on top of the water, it doesn't penetrate. That's how, oil sits on top of the hair, because the molecules are too big to penetrate to the hair shaft. So then when you get more of like your natural oils, like your avocado oils or your tea tree, like that is more soluble, it's thinner. So it penetrates more, but it's still not moisture. And so you have to understand, I have a product line called Tiffany's Natural Hair Therapy. It's a hair moisturizer that it's natural. It's made out of kupakoa butter. So kupakoa butter, and I was researching this for years. I just actually released it, or it came out in 2020. So kupakoa butter is like a form of shea butter, but it's smoother. It's like softer and stuff. And so what that does is it makes it more soluble to penetrate into our hair cuticles. So when you're dealing with curly hair, the hair is coiled. So when you're putting that oil on, it's not absorbing. And it just sits and you're like, it's still dry. It still feels like that, because oil is not moisture. You literally have to know what moisture is, how it feels. It's supposed to feel like lotion. You know how it penetrates into the skin, the way that it penetrates. So like if you're ashy or if your skin is dry, you could put oil on your skin all the time and it looks shiny, but it really doesn't penetrate into the skin. But if you use like a lotion or like your shea butters and stuff like that, that allows it to penetrate, to absorb. And so that's one of the things that we have to understand, what moisture is. Even I just did for Sheen Magazine, I was just doing a segment for the men's tresses. And so they were asking me to talk about the natural textures and stuff. And so for men, we have different textures. You have your smooth cuticle. That's like the smooth, curly, wavy kind of wet and wavy kind of look. And then you have your more textured coils, and so how you apply the product is very, very important. So you're not going to go heavy on a smoother cuticle. You're going to go lighter. And so I'll say biracial, like people, I'm just for you to identify, but I don't like to say that because people that's not even biracial have smooth cuticles too. So just so you understand like the difference. So that you can use the same product, but you want to kind of use more water-based products with those textures so that it doesn't weigh the style down. And you'll have like that definition and volume still that you want, but it's not flat. And then with your texture styles, you want to use cream-based products, because your cream-based products are the products that penetrate and absorb into the tighter curl patterns. And so when you understand those things, you are on your way to a healthier journey, because it can become frustrating when you don't know that. And so, like I said, I'm always trying to tell the why. It's like, I've tried so many things. And like even people with my products and stuff, like I have a watercress oil, and that caters to the pH level. And so many people, they're like, oh my God, Tiffany, this watercress oil, it is like amazing because it balances like the pH level. And that's what most products do not cater to.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. As you think about it more and more, it's a science in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is trial and error when you're trying to figure it out. But once you do, I'm telling you, you're going to get the results that you need. Oh my gosh, you either know how it's there, you've been doing this for a long time. What is next? You said you're working on another book. What is next for Tiffany?
I have a cookbook.
Oh my gosh.
I have a hair cookbook that I'm also going to release. Yes, it does. And it is all the ingredients and foods to cater to like hair growth. It's beets, it's avocados, it's like recipes like that. It's blueberry smoothies. These are all the things that just simply is going to like help cater to your hair. It's watercress, like, because you can also digest watercress and things like that. So it is the foods that cater to your hair. I have I love my natural hair colors. So that's for the kids that's coming out. And all of my books have workbooks that go with them. So not only the kids read about it, yes, I'm the only one that has these. They not only read about it, but then they get to learn about it. And it's like crosswords. It's asking about the hair. It acts like in a boy when it says, our haircuts or something. Do barbers only get to cut? Like, do women get cut? Like, it's like so much stuff, like true or false stuff. It's the coloring pages of the book, but it's also teaching them and stuff like that, like moisturizing things, like shampoo, word find, how to like mixing word scrambles. I mean, all of that. And it's for the boys and the girls. And because I think it's really, really important that, you know, we share this with our kids. And like, even with men, like I say that it's a self-esteem builder for women. Men do not want to lose their hair either. They're very sensitive about it. They don't know either. So they're on the search for, we've become an expert of covering up, like with hairsprays and fibers and stuff, the thinning. But if you just knew how to prevent it, that's even a bigger reward than covering up, you know, and to prevent it.
I love it. I love it. You're right. No one was out here. I was asking that question the other day. I'm like, so it's based on my mother. So my mom has a head full of hair. Okay, great. So I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm good right now. Okay.
So I thought it was, I've heard it was based off of the mother's father, but on the mother's side.
Oh Lord, Jesus.
That's what I heard. But I feel like it's based off of how we care for our hair, because we literally, like so many men, from the time that they get to do their own hair, they're normally washing their hair every day with soap or like the cheapest shampoo. And so if we did that as women, we would be balder sooner. You know what I mean? So literally, like, some men that I know, they'll use their mom's products. My son, he's like, my mom got the juice, I'm using her stuff. He be in there twisting his hair. He's like, so, but those are good regimens to prevent, because it's all about like your daily regimen. It's all about not washing your hair every day. Like that water will dry it out. It will. And so many people, that's a myth too. They think that water is moisture, because when it's wet, it goes just, it looks like it's manageable, and it's not. That's like your most fragile state is when it's wet. So you want to do the least amount. You don't, and that's why it dries hard, and you need to add that moisture. That is like, but knowing what a moisture is even more like significant than adding moisture, because you're thinking you're adding moisture and you're not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the know-how of it all. Thank you so much.
Yes,
I love it. I love it. How can the Fink fam purchase items from you, your books, your products, and also follow you on social media?
Social media, you can find me on my Instagram. I am Tiffany Anderson. My website is tiffanysnatural.com. I also have a Facebook, Tiffany Anderson, but there's so many Tiffany Anderson, so just put in Tiffany's Natural. Twitter, Tiffany's Natural. I have a YouTube, Tiffany's Natural, where I have like some easy styles, some before and after clips, and that's where you can reach me at. Find me.
Y'all heard it, and all your information in the description below as well. Y'all, she is the natural hair care stylist, but I call her a natural hair care guru. She is Tiffany Anderson. Thank you, Tiffany, for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Mark. You take care. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Fink fam, if you dare go away, back in a moment.
Going on, beautiful people. I am Carrington Brown, your life coach and relationship expert, and you are tuned in right now to the Michael Finkley Show. Don't miss it.
Keeping your skin flawless and clean is important. and I have the products just for you. Welcome to Mimi's Natural Pantry, where she specializes in homemade handcrafts, including lye and goat milk soaps, body butters, and sugar scrubs. All items are handmade products. All items have simple ingredients and are vegan friendly. In a world where you can barely pronounce many of the ingredients in your everyday products, Mimi's Back to Nature offers an alternative choice for those who are ready to get back into nature. Ready to order? Visit their website at mimisnaturalpantry.com. All orders over $50 have free shipping up to 25 pounds.
What's up, everybody? This is actor Darrin, Dewitt, Henson, and you're watching The Michael Finkley Show. Stay tuned, because there's a whole lot more.
Everybody, welcome back to the Michael Finkley Show. I hope that you learned something from our guest today, were informed from our guest today. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for being with us and just being who you are in this profession to care for hair. Thank you so much, and continued success for all that you do, y'all. Please go check her out. Get her products, get her books. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed. Go check it out. If you're not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Michael Finkley Show. Ring that bell for notification. We'll see an email saying, hey, new content is uploaded. Listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And for more information about what we do on our show, visit our website, michaelfinkley.show.com. Of course, we're on YOU42, everybody. Visit us at YOU42.com. And y'all, I promise you, promise you, some exclusive things are coming your way. Y'all, this is our last show. We're done with our summer sessions right now, but no worries, we will be back this fall for season 5. So be on the lookout via our social media for upcoming announcements and what season 5 is going to look like. I promise you, we got some exciting new things coming your way. Again, thank you so much for watching, and y'all have an awesome summer. We'll see you in the fall. Have a good one.